Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Where would a man be without his notes? A man would be nothing without his notes and his wonderful family. How about R? She's in charge of the camera operation. She's the one who's pushing all the buttons and making sure the camera goes on and off. And she's, here's her little hand right here. My hope. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, today we're talking about tourists that are stuck. Davo's under restriction now. They add another 60 days with what they're saying. What came through the internet. I don't know if it's true or not, but anyway, I have some Americans that are stuck in Davo. Americans, and there's an Australian that emailed me that he's stuck in Davo. And what I want to say to that, if you're stuck in an area, please call the embassy. If you're from Australia or Canada, there's another gentleman from Canada that's stuck, him and his wife. Gentleman is Australian, needs to get to Jinsan. He cannot get there because there's no transportation to get there. In other words, there's no buses that's running in that area going from point A to point B. And you're under lockdown. You really can't leave the town. In fact, you can't even leave unless you have a pass or a clearance. And in order to get the clearance, you need to stay under house arrest, basically, for 14 days. And then once you do that, you get the report. Stay home 14 days, you go back, turn that back in, they check your temperature and all the things, and then they'll let you get your pass where you can leave. Then you have to do the same thing before you come back in. You have to go to the local barangay, get a pass. So it's really a lot of work getting it out. So a lot of times the guys, what's happening is they're stuck in these communities, in these towns, these barangays. If you booked your tickets in mid-March, you're able to stay. If you book your tickets after March, and say you only booked it for 1 to 10 days or whatever it is, some people are getting kicked out of their hotel rooms. And the reason why they're doing that is because the hotels were told by the government that if people did not book it between that time for that period of time, that they cannot stay in those hotels. So finding a lot of Americans are displaced out in the areas, and there's not too much that they can do about it. Now what they're doing is, some have already booked some Airbnbs, just rented places, rented a house. I have a group of guys that rented a house together. They just went online on Airbnb and booked a house together. They didn't know each other other than they met each other through Facebook. So you'll find that people are sticking together that never were friends before but rented a house so they could stay together and they just split all the costs. They split the groceries, split the costs. The one of them is married, has his wife with him. The other one is not married, but his fiance is in ginseng. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening that you don't get to see, that's behind the scenes, that people are just in areas that they can't really get out of, and they're just there. It'd be like here in town, you can't get really out of town, so what are you going to do? So you're stuck at one of the hotels here, so you're here for the next 2-3 weeks. And really, honestly, I don't know, just guessing, common sense tells you, is it actually going to be over in a 3-week period? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We got another 3 weeks to go. Is it going to be okay in 3 weeks? Probably not. Probably not. So I think you'll find that this thing may go on another 30 days past the point, another 45 days. In order to get a handle on it, will it come back to what it was at one time? It's a guessing game, right? But here what it is since the bird flu's been in effect, you can't buy any bird. A lot of people aren't eating bird, they're eating beef and things like that, and some are eating the pork. But then we have the swine flu epidemic, and that's affecting some. So people are trying to do vegetarian and vegetables are very expensive. Vegetables can be up to $2-3 a pound for potatoes, when you get to buy them for, a lot less than that, a third of that. Bananas are $2, $1.50 a pound than what they were at one time. So things are changing quite a bit. But luckily we have enough fruit around us. We got enough coconut and things like that around us, and bananas, that we can have some type of fruits. But the guys that are stuck in Davo and CDO, there's a few guys that, and the reason I know this is because they've written me through emails. You won't believe this, Tom. I'm stuck. Where are you stuck at? Well, I'm stuck in CDL. Why I can't get to go where I need to go, and the communities are further out, further down on islands. Some are catching a boat, ship, and going down to the other islands, and they can't get a boat or ship because there's no travel. So they're stuck. They're stuck in an Airbnb, they're stuck in an apartment, they're stuck in a house, they're stuck in a hotel room, they're just basically stuck. They're stuck somewhere they can't get out. So did they do poor planning? Some cases they did. I would probably say that probably 90% of them did poor planning, thinking, oh, that's okay, I'll get a place when I come. Well, they knew all this was happening. They gave them a week, a little over a week, to make sure everything was planned out correctly, but they did not realize, and they stayed in areas longer than they should have, and they found themselves now, all of a sudden, they can't get where they need to go. So there you go, right? So please, if you're coming here to the Philippines, or you're already here in the Philippines, you can't come now, but if you're here in the Philippines and you find yourself in a bad situation, please contact the embassy, whatever country you're from, and hopefully they'll help you. I have some people that's actually starting to run out of money now. They spent a few $1,000s of their money, and they're running out of money. So what do? Still contact the embassy. Our embassies are there to help. Whether they help or not, I don't know. Maybe they're getting overrun also. There was also another report where 4,500 people were let out of the hotel rooms up in Luzon area because of the honey badger. So things are changing, things are happening. There's not too much you can do about it other than just, stay and grin and bear it. We're on lockdown here, of course. Me and we're watching the TV, doing our things. And not only lockdown we're under blackouts a lot of times. A blackout means there's no TV, there's no internet, there's nothing. No cell phone, no internet, no TV, blackout. Electricity's gone, blackout. And so try to be in that situation. That's scary, because you find yourself going, uh-oh, I can't contact anybody. How long is this going to last? About an hour, you go through that and you say to yourself, wow, what happened? I don't know. But luckily it's not lasting any longer than 45 minutes to an hour. It has lasted up to an hour, a complete blackout here. So no power, no electric, no internet, no TV, no data, no phone service. You can't even call anybody. The only ones you have is your neighbors around you. God bless everybody. Thank everybody for watching. Please share and hit like.